All right, so I could ask everyone to download the app. You can find it in the App Store, both App Stores, Google Play, or Android and Apple. If you want to cheat, you can use a QR code. So, Mike, are we ready to go? Hit it. All right, here we go. So, thank you all for coming. So we had a last minute cancellation tonight, and stepping in for the Rolling Stones, we have W.E. Smith and the Robotrippers. Please give them a round of applause. So, this band is featuring the founders of the international music school, the School of Rock, which was the inspiration for the award-winning hit movie School of Rock featuring Jack Black. They most recently collaborated with Francis Ford Coppola on the high-end fashion line Robotrippers on a four-minute short film, and they love to have a great time. So, W.E. Smith and the Robotrippers. All right. So we all know who this is, but there's a problem. To Mick and Keith, we look like this. They have no idea who we are. So let's travel back in time a couple of years. Sorry, there's a little delay on this. There we go. So not long ago, Mick and Keith used to know who their fans were, and in fact, they used to be in direct contact with them. Fans probably even bought tickets directly through the fan club. But today, your tickets look like this. Ticketing is controlled by promoters like Live Nation, who track every event you go to. And Apple knows how many times you played Start Me Up on your iPhone. But the Rolling Stones have absolutely no information about their fans. In fact, come on, here we go. The little information they do have is around album sales, and that's pretty much worthless. So why does the band care? Because performing live is the only part of the industry that matters anymore. In fact, touring accounts for 85% of the average band's revenue. And the average ticket price is $100 a piece and growing. And I'm getting a call. So more importantly, ancillary spending accounts for an additional 50%. That's another $50 spent on parking, food, and merchandise. So we all know what the experience is like. Super long lines, basically a total pain in the ass. Here we go. Still, we know the fans have a huge demand to memorialize the event. So here's where Decibly comes in. We've created a direct-to-consumer channel for the band, and in a minute we'll show you how. But first, how about some brown sugar?
That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's give it up again for the band. Thank you guys so much. So my name is Jeff Siegel. I am the Android developer for Decibly, and tonight I'm going to be showing you how you might use the application before and during a show. So, once we get the screen back up here. So if you have just downloaded the application, you open it up, you might see a screen that looks like this. What you'll need to do first is log in. You can do that either with Facebook or with email and password if you'd rather do it that way. We already have an account, so we can just go ahead and log in. We've got a little bit of a delay. We're running Android through the laptop, through the display. We got about 4 seconds. I promise you'll see everything I see. It just might not be while I'm saying it. So once you log in, the first thing you're going to see is a show calendar. Right? You'll notice that my show calendar is centered on Philadelphia. It's centered on today. We want to make sure that as quickly as possible you can find what's going on in your area right now. If you're looking for something else, you can search. That's fine. Our search has about 19,000 venues, 32,000 artists, so we can take a look at what Billy Joel is up to right now if we wanted to. And you'll see we can search through, we'll find Billy Joel in this search list, and we can go figure out what he's playing. But more importantly, and in the interest of time, tonight we're really interested in what's going on right here in Philadelphia, specifically right here at the Comcast Center. So if we take a look at our show list, you'll see we have a show created for tonight. It is the Rolling Stones right here. If we enter this show, and I'm sure we will in a second, the first thing you're going to see is our event info screen. It's just more detailed information about what's going on here tonight. The first thing you'll notice is this big button sort of near the top. It's asking if you're going. So the first thing I will ask everybody to do is just tap that "Are you going" button. You'll get a dialogue that comes up like this. It'll ask you where you're sitting, section, row, and seat. Right now we don't really have that. We can tap this general admission button. We can set our seats. And you'll see the app will reflect that I'm now going to the show. You'll see that we have sort of a list of people that are going that'll update as more people decide that they're going to the show. Also on this screen we have things like a description. We have things like being able to follow the band on Twitter, which of course is really important for lead generation, for trying to get more people back to shows in the future. And we also have things like a map of the venue, driving directions. Right, so obviously driving directions tonight not that useful, we're all here already, but if we weren't, you could tap on driving directions, it would get you right to the venue. So before we show interaction, we'll throw it back to the band again. So now we've found the venue, we've found our seats, we're ready to interact with this show. So the first thing I'll show you guys is what we're calling the Decibly fan feed. And the fan feed is just a live updating content stream of everything this show right now. So the first thing I'll ask everybody to do, if you have the app, is to take a photo. Let's try to push something through the fan feed. There you see a camera icon in the top right, you can tap that. Everybody wave. All right, once we've taken our photo, we can caption it however we like. If you're captioning your photo tonight, all I ask is you use the hashtag PNTM. We can also share it through Facebook and Twitter if we'd like. And what you'll notice is as people take photos and push them through, they'll start coming through the fan feed. You may also notice these screens we have on the side. This is our Decibly photo wall. You can imagine this being up on stage at a concert, and as people are pushing their content through the app, it'll all show up on stage behind the band. In addition to everything that's coming in through Decibly, we're also pulling in content from Facebook, from Twitter, and from Instagram. So we're looking for hashtag PNTM for tonight. So you might notice stuff that we're pulling in from there. Also, you can, if you see a photo you like in the fan feed, you can save that to your own device. You can publish that back through your own social networks, basically however you'd like to use it. So the next piece of interaction I'll show you guys is on what we call our Interact tab. So you can move over to that. The Interact tab is for bands to push out anything that they might want live feedback for. So things like polls, trivia, alerts, you know, the car's lights on. So we have one alert out right now. It is asking what the band should play for the encore. So if you guys have the app, I invite you to vote for what you'd like the encore to be tonight. I'll vote for one now. And we lost the screen. Laptop. We're back. All right, we're back. So what you'll notice is we can see the choice that I've chosen. Also, as more people are voting, this will update in real time, not just for us on the app, but also for the band that's watching this backstage. And we'll check out the results of that poll later. The third thing I'll show you is the set list. So during the show, what you're going to get is a live updating set list of everything the band is playing. Every time the band pushes out a new song, it'll show up on the app, so you can keep track of how the show is going. Other things that you'll get on the set list are things like lyrics, so you can sing along. And also there's a buy link. You can buy it directly from your phone. If you're on an iPhone, you'll buy it from iTunes. If you're on an Android, you'll get it from Amazon Music. It'll put it right in your library, and then you'll have the songs that you heard at the concert. So before we show anything else, let's throw it back to the band again. If you were a band, if you were a roadie, this is what you might use to manage the kind of show that we're putting on like we're doing tonight. You'll see it mimics our front end pretty closely. You have things like the fan feed, except you have moderation. You can delete posts if for some reason they're inappropriate. We have our set list creations. You can see we've pre-populated this with a whole bunch of songs that might be played tonight. Song creation, we tried to streamline. You can basically search for songs. It'll reach out to a whole bunch of different APIs and pull in information automatically to save time. Also, we can see our poll. We can check our results. Right now, it looks like Happy is winning right now, just barely. So we'll see where that goes, and we'll turn it over to Brad to talk about analytics.
So I'm not going to go through it, but very briefly, the big question is, why does the band care, right? So outside of making the show better for fans, why do we do this? Well, we've created this direct-to-consumer channel that gives the band the ability to know exactly who's in the audience. In fact, we've tracked every API call. Every click and tap in the apps was tracked, plus we pull in data from social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Roughly 75 different data points. So Decibly can help the band market to any subset of their audience, either with a text message, app notification, or email. For example, we could segment through our population and pull out only the 18 to 24-year-old males here who traveled 50 or more miles to get here, have 100 Twitter followers, and voted for Happy tonight. So let's see what the final results are. Looks like Happy is our winner. And that's it, the encore.
All right, that was a very exciting demo. We're giving Brad one question. So the best question right now can get asked.
I thought that was the perk of helping organize these things. All right.
I get how this is super beneficial for labels, management plays. What artists have you talked to that information?
Artists. So, we literally pushed this to the store this morning. Definitely wait until the last minute. We've been in talks with a number of artists, big and small, currently negotiating you and with one of the major labels. It's really all I can say at this point. But
we think it's really cool.
Hopefully we'll have an answer soon.
We really like it, because we never know what songs to play that people like. So if they just give us a little hand, tell us what they really like, then everybody can have a great time, and that's all we're here for.
All right, let's give a hand to Decibly, Brad, and the team for